Yellowstone National Park staff have issued stern warning over grizzly bear captures. We know that this is a time of year where certain things are going on at Yellowstone. The animal tracking, for example, Yellowstone has a lot of animals grazing freely. The most viewed that we see on Yellowstone live cam, for example, are the buffalo that we many times see coming into the geyser areas, the geyser basins. But they also tag, of course, the grizzly bears. This is the capture that they're talking about, and that's why they're asking visitors to be aware of the warning signs as live grizzly bear captures are now underway to be tagged. When bear capture activities are ongoing, areas nearby will have bright warning signs which alert the public to the fact that bear capturing is occurring, and these signs are posted along major access points to the capture sites. National Park Service said it's important that the public heed the signs and do not venture into areas that has been posted. Capturing grizzly bears allows their distribution to be tracked, and the U.S. National Park Service, NPS, said that this activity is vital to the bears' recovery in the region. We've also seen the bison, of course, recovering nicely in Yellowstone, and because of the tracking and conservation, this is something that they're doing with the bears as well, of course. The capturing activities are undertaken by the Interagency Grizzly Bear Study Team, IGBST. The team has been using radio collars to track the grizzly bears in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem since 1975, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The NPS said, as part of ongoing efforts required under the Endangered Species Act to monitor the population of grizzly bears in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, the USGS, in conjunction with National Park Service, is working to inform the public that pre-baiting and scientific capture operations are once again about to begin within the Yellowstone National Park. Biologists with the Interagency Grizzly Bear Study Team will begin field captures June 27 and continuing through August 28. So basically it's most of the summer. Capture operations can include a variety of activities, but all areas where work is being conducted will have primary access points marked with warning signs. It's critical that all members of the public heed these signs. Yellowstone added that monitoring grizzly bear distribution is vital to the recovery in the Yellowstone ecosystem. Now, to attract the bears, biologists use natural food sources such as deer and elk that have been killed roads recently. Areas that are identified as capture sites are then baited with such food, and traps are laid to capture any bears that come to investigate. So they use food sources such as deer and elk that have been road killed. Now, these traps include culvert traps, essentially a large metal cylinder with a sliding gate that falls down behind the bear when it walks inside it, and foot snares as well. According to the statement released by Yellowstone, the bears are then handled in accordance with strict safety and animal care protocols developed by the IGBST. USGS says that since the IGBST began putting radio collars on the bears in the area, more than 830 have been tracked. Typically, bears wear the collars for around 2 to 3 years, according to USGS. The Endangered Species Act, enforced by U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, states that methods including live trapping may be among the methods regarded as conservation. It says the terms conserving, and conservation mean to use and the use of all methods and procedures which are necessary to bring any endangered species or threatened species to the point at which the measures provided pursuant to this act are no longer necessary. Meanwhile, speculation continues as to when the Yellowstone volcano might have a super eruption. 2017 scientists from Arizona State University published a study suggesting the volcano could develop the conditions that would be needed for an eruption faster than previously thought. The scientists monitored fossilized ash from the most recent eruptions hundreds of thousands of years ago, and their study suggested the conditions for eruption, including temperature changes, built in over decades rather than centuries. Graduate student Hannah Shamlu said that it was shocking how fast a volcano could go from apparent dormancy to near eruption conditions. And you can see that video on one of my past videos that I just posted today concerning that. So anyone visiting Yellowstone, and there are a lot of visitors, this is now open, of course, for visitors to go, and there are so many of them. You can see that on the Yellowstone live cam. You have to be careful about these signs concerning the bear capture. This by Edward Brown on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.